At the start of this series, Steven Universe wasn't super plot heavy. The writers did a very good job of introducing us to the world's lore, new concepts, and giving us a better understanding of the characters through seemingly unimportant and mostly unrelated episodes. As we learned throughout the series, there were certain details back then that we didn't pick up on, but later learned to hold a great deal of significance. This includes hints towards Garnet being a fusion, the mural in Serious Steven, and probably a handful of other things that we don't even know about yet. Some of which casual fans most likely forgot about already. Today, I wanted to talk about one of those things, well, I guess technically two of those things, that have been mentioned in only one episode, only to have been seemingly swept under the rug, never to be mentioned again. Obviously, you've read the title and know I am of course talking about the Geode Beetles of Heaven and Earth. Just what/who are these mysterious corrupted gems, and do they hold any significance at all? Let's take a look. Firstly, it should be noted that I will be borrowing certain concepts from theories by Spin Dizzy 1 and Radioactive Supersonic, but I will be putting my own spin on things, no pun intended, and throwing in my own ideas, as well as responses to certain points made by them. So what do we know about these beetles? Well, for one, although they are different in color, the gemstones on their back are actually identical, meaning they are without a doubt the same type of gem. Or rather, they were, before they became corrupted. One theory is that these gems were once clear quartz, and that the reason for their differing body color is that their form has some sort of natural camouflage, blending in with their surroundings. One argument against this is that while this may make sense for the Heaven Beetle, it doesn't necessarily work for the Earth Beetle, as it was found in a lake of lava, and its colors by no means match the color of lava. Although it is possible that this gem formed underground and just happened to make its way to some place with lava. Now you may be wondering how these beetles could possibly be clear quartz when their gems are definitely not clear. They've got this sort of green color with a slight blue hue. Well, if you look back at the worm monster, you'll see that it was given a transparent effect using a similar color around it. Of course, this could be just a coincidence. It feels as though if the beetle's gems truly were clear, it would be emphasized by the bottom portion of the gems being tinted gray or white respectively. Of course, it is a cartoon and maybe that just wasn't in the budget. Regardless, I think the biggest question is, why are these two a pair? What is so special about these corrupted gems that they are part of a duo, even so much as being bubbled together, and that the gems went searching specifically for them? Also, it should be noted that as far as we know, these are the only corrupted gems that don't appear to be hostile in nature, at least in my memory. Obviously, I'm not counting the centipedal since Steven actually took the time to train it and understand it, compassion, empathy, yada yada. Leads me to believe that these gems are actually significant in some way, shape, or form. If they are indeed clear quartz, it's possible that these gems once served as elite warriors since quartz are made to be loyal soldiers. Perhaps they were two highly skilled fighters, trained to fight in the war for either Homeworld or the Crystal Gems, or maybe they were on differing sides. It's also possible they were made to fuse and then fight, much like rubies. What if they aren't clear quartz? What other purpose could they possibly serve? Well, what if they were still made to fuse, but instead made someone even more powerful? Well, their gems have somewhat of a blue hue, and they're both in the shape of a diamond. Is it possible that blue diamond is a fusion? I know. Every gem we don't know that much about gets a fusion theory. Even Jasper got one at some point, which makes pretty much no sense. But while I'm not necessarily convinced that blue diamond is a fusion, nor do these beetles have anything to do with it, in fact, I think it's very unlikely, it is something to think about, and I'd be silly to say that it's not at least a slight possibility. Let's take a look at the evidence we have for this. For starters, they're the same gem. We saw in the flashback during the answer that before Garnet, Homeworld had a huge distaste for fusion between differing gems. It actually was unheard of. Heck, they still might. So much so that Blue Diamond threatened to break Ruby over it. So if fusion between the same gems is okay in her eyes, and the rest of the Homeworld's eyes, then this would stay true to her character. For more evidence, we have to look at the episode Cheeseburger Backpack. If we look at Prill's hologram of the Sea Spire, we see that there is a statue very much resembling Blue Diamond, right down to the gem's shape and position. But if you notice, she has 4 arms, a trait that is common among fusions and no other single gem that we know of. There's also a statue that we see at the Sea Spire with 4 arms, possibly representing Blue Diamond. The Sea Spire is actually a pretty perfect place for Blue Diamond to be worshipped, or possibly even live. We see in the mural that she is clearly floating above a wave of water. Now obviously there is a potential flaw with this theory, with her only having 2 arms in this picture, but we'll get back to that in a sec. And of course the gem on her chest is different, but that's clearly just a stylistic choice, as Yellow Diamond has the same shaped gem in this picture, and yet when we actually see her, it's pretty much the same as Blue Diamond's. And one argument for her only having 2 arms in this picture is that this gem is actually only half of Blue Diamond fighting Rose Quartz, which is pretty unlikely, again. Or that since these pictures aren't 100% accurate, that it was yet again a stylistic choice. Another piece of evidence potentially leading us to believe Blue Diamond could be a fusion is that Lapis, who we believe we saw in the Answer flashback, implying that she served under Blue Diamond's court, has a blue diamond as a part of her outfit, but it's actually split in half. Again, this isn't a concrete theory, it's all just speculation for something that could be a possibility. Personally, I think it's more likely that these two beetles serve some other sort of purpose, and that they're not both part of Blue Diamond, but it's still something to consider. Another interesting tidbit is that the Heaven Beetle was found at the Sky Spire, and we already know that there's a Sea Spire. Well, there was a Sea Spire. Could it be that the Earth Beetle was found in some sort of underground Earth Spire? Could there have been a lost third Sea Beetle that Garnet for some reason couldn't locate? Who knows? I'm just pretty sure that these Geode Beetles will have some sort of role to play at some point. But what do you guys think? Do you think any of these theories stated could possibly come to fruition? Have a theory of your own? Think these beetles serve absolutely no purpose whatsoever? Let us know in the comments down below. We also want to take the time to thank our patrons. Thank you so much for your support. We truly appreciate it. Anyways, I've been Michael Williams. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.